Up YouTube. So that is a wrap on this season, and what a season it has been. I think I did do a video a couple of months ago, or pre-hospital, probably not a couple of months ago, about a month ago, with a wrap up, and it's just been a crazy season. The whole hospital drama aside, it is what it is. I just don't think about it anymore because it just winds me up. So that's on track for the 23rd of January, and I'm all done. I've got some work booked in for January. I've used, like I said, with the Christmas cards, and I'll talk a little bit about that in a bit, use every opportunity you can to further your business. You don't have to be cheeky about it, you don't have to be rude about it, it's a case of self-employed hard, but do everything you can to push your business, but be tactful. So the Christmas card, very, very successful as usual. Everybody was appreciative. I am inundated with selection boxes and fucking tubs of mini Cheerios and stuff like that, and I'm always grateful for people. I think when I look back at some of my titles, I always avoid clickbait if I can, and I never try and word it harshly, but when I think about it, there's a few videos that is moaning about customers, and let it be known, I will moan about customers, I will moan about future customers, but in general my customer base now is brilliant. It always has been, to be fair. You always get outliers, you'll never get 100%, you'll always get the odd one, you'll always get the odd quote that goes. So for me, quoting, I have very good luck quoting. It's very rare that people actually say no, I don't want you, or it's too much, or I'll think about it. It's pretty much, I don't go into it expecting to get the job, but the majority of times, well, probably 90% of the time, I do get the job, and the rest of it is I either don't want it or I just don't get it, but it's very rare that people turn away, and it's even rarer to get funny buggers. I think I've done, however many videos I've done moaning about people, I reckon there's 3 or 4 people I've moaned about this time, bad customers, but then when I look how many quotes that I do and how many regular customers that I have, it's a drop in the ocean, it really is. So let it be known that for my business, which I think is an average gardening business in the UK, I am very happy with my customer basis at all. At Christmas time, it really shows it does. I don't put any more credence towards customers that tip or give a tub of mini Cheerios, but you can always tell who the appreciative people are. Just them saying thank you for all you do, that's enough for me. I don't do the jam and stuff, I don't do it for anything other than to say thank you. That's what I need, and if I don't get it, I don't get it, but every single customer has said thank you, they've all texted, and it does fills me with joy. So in this video, I just want to have a chat about some of the things that's happened this year. I probably will do a full video, but I want to just a few things that I'm grateful for this year, that's really helped my business. And there's only a couple. Well, there's a lot, but there's only a couple. But the point of this video as well, and I'll say this beforehand, is use this time off now to rest up. I see so much on Facebook where people, it's who's got work on, how much work you got on, how to get work, and there's no harm in it, but don't kill yourself trying to get it. You need to learn to have a break. That's what I'm saying. It's all very well and good, if you've got the work, you've got the work, but you need a rest. Your body needs a rest, your business brain needs a rest, your personal life needs a rest. Take as much time as you can to have a rest, recoup, get all those, if you want to work and you want to be productive, get all those jobs you've been putting off. It's like, for me, I've been looking at equipment and I've been arranging demos for equipment. I know it sounds I was at a tool dealer yesterday and he was saying he's quiet, but I use this time of the year to get tool demonstrations because it's better for the rep, it's better for him to organise, and it's, it just slots in with my diary that little bit easier. So just take advantage, and that's what I said at the start, take advantage of every opportunity you can within your business. Use everything you can to push your business. Don't feel guilty, you know. Literally anything you can do to push your business, do it. You don't have to step on everybody, you don't have to screw somebody over to get where you need to, but whatever you can do to push your business, it's only going to benefit you. So I'd say the thing that's come out of this year that I think I'd say there's three main things that I am really grateful for. Is the first one, so one of them is, the first one is a storage situation. Having a area just dedicated to storing something is in a container. It's only a standard shipping container, but it feels like my storage, do you know what I mean? It feels safe, it feels secure. But so that's one thing, and you've got to have that with your kit. If you're putting all your heart and soul into something, you want to be feeling like you can leave it overnight, or you can go away on holiday and it will be safe. The ability to grow as well. So beforehand I was very limited on equipment and kit and where it can all go and why is it here and why have you got this. Now I can buy what I want and add to what I want, which I suppose is a good thing and a bad thing at the same time. But just having that has really helped my business. So if you're in a position where you've got a bit of a dicey situation with your storage, maybe have a look at something. I'll be up front, I don't like talking about money, but I looked around my area and you're talking between 108 to 125 for a month of storage. There'll always be somebody out there that's, oh, mine's 50. There'll always be somebody now it's 500. But around my area, Stoke-on-Trent area, it's around about that much. It probably will be more in your area, probably will be less. But I think that could slot in with everybody's budget, if I'm being honest with you. But you've got to think of what it's giving you. So for me, it gives me the ability to also store stuff. So if I've got, you know, waste left over, I can store it there. If I've got materials, I can store it there. Trailer, I can store it there. So that's led to me getting a trailer. Never thought I'd use the trailer much, really, but I use it quite a bit. It's helped me to take on bigger jobs. It's helped me to get jobs done quicker. The trailer is probably not paid for itself yet, and how I'm factoring it on getting it to pay for itself is like, oh, would I have to make 2 trips? Or would I have to, you know, be going every week to the tip? Oh no, I don't. I can just eat all in now and do it once a month or once every other month. So much so I'm actually thinking about getting a bigger trailer at some point, but we'll have to see on that. It's like anything, you know, idle mind, idle hands, whatever they say. You start looking at stuff, and I am a bit of a magpie, and you know, you just look at stuff and you're like, oh, shiny, new. I've got the age-old thing, what I've always said about is I'm actually looking at getting a chipper. I know, but I genuinely think if anything can help my business, I'll look at it. Second thing I'm always grateful for is the exterior cleaning. I've not talked much about it this year because I didn't want to spam the page. I always try and do what I think's helpful. Me pushing the exterior cleaning business isn't necessarily to get people cleaning, it's to get people to thinking about doing an additional service. Oh, maybe it's power washing, maybe it is cleaning, maybe it's gutter repair, maybe it's gutter cleaning. Doesn't matter. I think we all need to have as many strings in our bow as humanly possible. I've noticed in my area there's been an increase in other gardeners doing other services. I know when I used to have an advert in the papers, very start of the business, very start when I started advertising, there would be gardeners. There was a grass guy, there was a couple of gardeners doing general gardening, a couple of tree surgeons. One of the gardeners went, and then the grass guy suddenly started doing hedges. No harm in that. But then the tree surgeons, they offered grass cutting. Never used to, but they started offering grass cutting. And then the grass guy started doing power washing. You know, and this isn't me, by the way. But you can see over the years, people have done these additional things. Why? I honestly think it's to stay relevant. I think it's to, to get, and this is what customers say to me. They like having me because it makes their life easier. They've got somebody they know, they can trust, and they know will do a good job, who can come in, do the job, and then down the line they can get me to do the power washing. Down the line they get me to do the gutters. They don't have to look for somebody else. They don't have to think, right, I need to get this bloke in, and then the first guy was a bit funny, so I'll have to get another bloke in. They trust me to do it. I think now with the cost of advertising, I think yes, there's free advertising. Facebook, I find that's like fishing in a toilet. I'm sorry. It's just all people race to the bottom. But why not look at your existing pool of customers that you already like and you trust, and pick from them? Offer them additional services. You'll be amazed on what you can do. The exterior cleaning, I'll do a full wrap up at the end of the year on how that's gone, but I can tell you already that it's gone very well. The facts and the figures has surprised me, really surprised me actually. Some people might see it as it's been a failure, but then it's not a failure, sorry, but like the raw statistics, some people might say, it's not gone as good as you'd think, but then the overall statistic is actually you ended up earning a hell of a lot more money than you did in the previous year. It depends which way you want to look at it. I'm very proud of it, to be fair, so I'll do a full wrap up on that. And then the third one is, this is by having chance. This is the house clearances. This is pure. I don't believe in luck, for one. I do believe in sod's law. Mr. Not pessimistic here. But I think luck, you can manufacture luck. You can do a spam of the adverts, and then a couple of years down the line, a banger of a customer can get through to you and change the path of your career. But is that luck? Well, no, probably because they saw your advert at some point, or they've seen you elsewhere. This house clearance come through on the back of another job. I think I've done a video, or I'll put a video up talking about that. Again, I've not talked too much about it because it's a bit of a morbid nature, and then at the same time it's detracting. It's that one's way off the beaten track, really. I'm only putting the video out because I do think my channel is, it sounds odd, but the only way I can describe it, and I'll talk a bit about my YouTube channel in a bit, is you've got a documentary and you've got a reality TV show. I think mine is more in between the two. So I try and give you what works for me, in my opinion, but I don't want you to stick to it. I just want you to hear my opinion, if that makes any sense. I don't do any hard how-tos. I like to think I talk a little bit of sense, and I like to think if you did follow it, maybe it'll work for you. But that's why I always caveat it, this is what's worked for me. Make up your own mind. But then I think sometimes you watch people because you like watching them. I'm not saying I'm a likable guy, but I think there could be an element where people just like, hearing a different opinion. They like hearing something while they're gardening to take the mind off their own gardening, their own work. And I do it. I listen to YouTubers. I've always said this. I think all the UK gardeners do a fantastic job, and I think all of them should get a lot more viewers than they do get, to be fair. But me and my personality and myself, I don't like watching the watch guy mow, watching how to mow a lawn, how to do this, how to prune this. It's not that they're giving wrong info, it's just not my cup of tea at all. Just the same as I love watching Big Brother, but I don't expect everybody to watch Big Brother. I like the Jetsons. I don't expect people to watch Jetsons. But it's a case that I think I've lost my trail of thought. But I don't expect people, So I like watching. That's it. I know where I'm going now. I don't like watching the gardening and watch me mow, or the AMSR, whatever they are. I just like listening to people. I really do. That's why I like listening to Reese. I like listening to Maxwell. I like listening to the talky videos. We all don't agree on the same thing. We all have our own different ways, but I think we can all get an opinion. It can help us make an opinion. So that's the sort of content that I like to listen to, and that's why I try and do this sort of content. One, it's easier, and two, you know, you get invested in people. I'm not saying people are invested in me, but you know, my dramas and me moaning about the hospital, or fucking moaning about something, or talking about Tom and Jerry, that might take somebody's mind off their problems or their drama. That's why I do it. So talking about YouTube, the channel's grown a lot better than I thought it would have, if I'm being honest with you. I think we're up to like 850 subscribers, and I always think to myself, God, if everybody was in the room that was a subscriber, that's a lot of people. And I'm very grateful, if I'm being honest with you. I don't do YouTube with any aspiration of making money. I have got goals that I'd like to do, and I aim for it. I'd like to tick things off. I think this year I got that review, to do that review on that chainsaw. That was a goal of me. You know, I could say, oh, I've been sent a product. I don't chase products. I'm not really interested in doing them, to be fair, but it's nice to sort of have that way you can say, oh, you know, I've had a product that's been sent out to me. You know, it's not for me to tell people, it's just in my little thing. I like to think, oh, I've done that. You know, I didn't get a viral video, but it's one that I'm classing as a viral video. And have a look at my most popular video. It's quite depressing in a way. It's me opening a bottle of weed killer, and I think within a day that got 125,000 views, and then it just dropped straight off. But I take great amusement in that, not necessarily pride. I just think it's hilarious. That's how it goes. But you know, we all do YouTube for different things. I think if you're chasing the YouTube dream for the product demos, for the viral videos, you know, and the clickbait titles, I think there's nothing worse than clickbait titles. There's a bloke that I watch, and he's terrible for it. He's not a gardener. Absolutely terrible. So much so he'll do a clickbait title, but he'll never reference a title in the video, and he just gets destroyed on social media, and he's got a really bad reputation for it. And that's why I try and avoid clickbaity titles if I can. I'm terrible with titles. I can spend 20 minutes talking about a subject, but I can't do a title. I'm terrible. So towards the end now, I think if you're still here, he's going to be hardcore listeners here. What would you like to see from this channel next year? That's what I'd like to ask you. Now, the day in a life with me, that did really well actually, so I'm thinking of doing some more of that. I try and put humour into the video if I can. If you want to hear more humour, I will try and slip more in. If you want to just, you know, like a vlog style of me, you know, wandering around getting little bits done, because it's not all gardening and big lawns in my business. There's lots of little bits of stuff. I'd like to do something like that. I have been toying with the idea of just doing like once a month, just a real, like, nothing garden related, like I'll probably, because YouTube have put on a channel membership thing. No, I'm not tying for money. I don't want money, to be fair. I don't need it. But I'd like to put content on that. I don't know how to do it. I've no idea, because I do it off my phone and my iPad, so I'd probably have to do it off my confuser. But I'd like to put some form of content up on that. But I'd probably put, because I'm going to say the people who are going to join it probably like listening to me, you know, or my stories, because let's face it, that's probably the only thing there. So I'd like to probably do something where, because there's been so much that's happened, so much funny things. Like I was talking to one of my friends today about some of the stuff that I've seen gardening. It's a bit loose, it's a bit crude, and I wouldn't necessarily like, I stand by everything I say. So somebody said to me once, what would you do if a customer saw your video? Honestly, I don't think it'd bother me, because I'd like to think, if they took offence by it, they've not seen the whole video. If they think they're the bad customer in the video, well, odds on they are the bad customer in the video, and we've already been and done that. We've parted ways. It's up to them if they want to take it further and, you know, be really offended by it. But I always, even the bad customers, I never lay into them. I never, you know, speak out of turn. I just try and put everything in a constructive and hopefully a helpful manner. So yeah, I do stand by everything, but the stuff for the channel membership will probably be a bit loose, probably be a bit, it's like, it's not just that. I've got 5 years of stories when I worked at the holiday place, and that place was like 40 towers. It was, when I say it was run on a shoestring, it was the finished form of a shoestring. There was always things happening, there was always drama, and it's just loads of fun stories. I'd like to put it out there, but stuff like that, you know, probably doesn't look the best, you know, but then it's, you know, it's one of them, isn't it? It's a past life. It's just an amusing story. It's just there to have a laugh. I think channel membership, I think if you did subscribe, I'd probably just give the money to charity, if I'm being honest with you, because I'm not chasing YouTube for this. The fact that people watch it and like and comment is enough for me, if I'm being honest with you. So yeah, I'd like to do more day in the lives. I'd like to do more of the big, like the power washing job. That video seemed to do quite well from start to finish. Probably do something like that for next year. I'd like to, I'm not going away from tool reviews because I've not done too many of them, but what I'd like to do is probably pick some of my kit that I've got at the moment. So like these bad boys, I recommended them at the start, but I can moan about them, and I think that'll be quite helpful. I love still stuff, but I can pick, basically what I'd like to do is I'd like to pick some of my kit and go, listen to this before you buy it, and it's me telling you, you know. So I love my still stuff, but it's like that combi unit. I've had it, it's broke, they repaired it, it's been brilliant ever since. The safety thing bugs the shit out of me. It's stuff like that that people can think, actually no, that would be a deal breaker for me. It's that information I'd be putting along, not necessarily first impressions. I want to do more with the Overton Nemos people. I have spoke to them actually about having another demo, but focusing more on videoing it and putting it online. They have got some content, but it's from years ago, and it'd be nice to do a different perspective, because that Stuart was so knowledgeable. You can just tell he knows the product inside out. He knows the little gripes with the product, and I think there's a lot that it could, you know, could benefit other people, if I'm being honest with you. So if I can get something like that, it'd be really good. I'm trying to get a demo off Elite for a chipper. I'm trying to get a demo of a Major 4S. Apparently they don't do demos with that machine, but they're going to try and sort one out. Hopefully it'll be this winter, as in probably next, well, before going to hospital. That's what I've told him. And yeah, I'll be recording it, and I will be putting it through its paces. I've got a big fuck off conifer that needs to go through it, so that's probably going to be a real torture test for that. If it's good enough and it passes it, I'm going to buy it. If it isn't, then I'll tell you, and you can make your own mind up, and we'll see. I think sometimes we all have, you know, capabilities, and we can all see what we want to see from it. So anyway guys, 2023 season's done. Thank you for watching, thank you for commenting. I'm not very good with comments at all. I think it's part of me, but I do try and get back, but it's always appreciated. Have a good day guys, keep on gardening.